guys, welcome to the best books of August. I'm trying to remember, it's almost the second week of September now, and so I'm trying to remember. I had quite a few more books that I really liked in August than in July. I think there were only 3 that I really loved in July. In August, I did have 6 books that I read and really loved. The first one of these was Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, and this is the first book in the Wayfarers series. This is a science fiction series. This one in particular is on a ship and follows a crew of both humans and aliens that do something called, like, they have a pinhole drive which lets them tunnel to different places in the universe, and they get kind of wrapped up in this mission to this planet, and things happen, kind of political things as well as kind of a space adventure type of thing. I think so far I actually have read up to the 3rd book in the Wayfarer series now, but this first book was by far kind of the most adventure packed and the most like complete plot. In general, Chambers' Wayfarer series seems very focused on exploring new worlds and the people on those worlds. So there's a lot of, getting to know these people and their lives, and a lot of very creative, like, alien species and stuff like that. I'm going to adjust here for a second. I haven't recorded for a while, so everything's a little kittywampus here. That's probably a little better. Anyways, really loved it. I love the worlds that she's building here. I love the characters. I think the Wayfarer series is definitely more of a character-driven book than a plot-driven book. So if you're into that kind of thing, very like space opera-ish, but also just very intriguing and creative, and a lot of discussion about like what makes a sentient being, what it means to be human. Seems to be a theme that she's really into. But I really enjoyed that, and if you are at all into like science fiction that's more of a thoughtful, heartwarming type of science fiction rather than like hardcore adventure or action, I would definitely recommend that series. The next one I read, I mentioned in July, I really enjoyed the first book in Elizabeth Hunter's Cambio Springs series. So there are actually 2 books on my list for August that are Cambio Springs book. The first one is 5 Mornings, which is a short story in Cambio Springs that takes place between books 2 and 3, or no, 1 and 2, by Elizabeth Hunter, and that one kind of follows the 2. It's a prequel to the 2 characters that are followed in the second book in the Cambio Springs series. Really well done, and I really enjoyed it. And then the second Cambio Springs book I have on this list is Waking Hearts, which is the 3rd book in the Cambio Springs series. This one, again, follows one of the main characters from the town, and she's just had a really hard time of it, and it was a really nice story, kind of wrapping up some mysteries that were presented earlier in the series, and then that character kind of getting a nice story and some happiness. Cambio Springs series is a more paranormal romance series. It's about shapeshifters that live in a small town. It's not really your typical like shapeshifter storyline. The whole premise is that there's a spring in this desert that gives these characters these abilities to shift shapes. The town is started to go under because there was a military base near it that was shut down, and they're trying to figure out a way to revive the town. The characters are older. They're in their 30s and 40s. They have families. They have kids. And there's usually some sort of murder mystery involved. So I just thought in general the whole series was a very nice blend of like mystery, supernatural, or I guess more paranormal, and some romance. So if you're looking for something like that, definitely worth looking into that one. All right, so that was the first 3. The 4th book I have on my list that I really liked in August is another Becky Chambers book, and that is A Prayer for the Crown Shy. This is the 2nd book in the Monk and Robot series. I actually read this one quite a while ago now, but this is another novella. As I mentioned, I've been very into novellas because I am studying for the PAT bar, and it's nice to have kind of a shorter, complete story to get through because I am having to do so much reading as part of my studying. A Prayer for the Crown Shy was just a really nice book in which Monk is bringing his robot friend that he found in the wilderness, back to civilization, and the humans are absolutely fascinated by this robot, and the robot, who has been sentient for a while now, was very excited to figure out how he can help humanity, and he's finding out that the answer to like what humans need or how they want help is very different. It can range from everything like, hey, my door is stuck, to, I want to figure out how to live my life, stuff like that. So again, this is a very it's science fiction, but it's a very thoughtful book looking at artificial intelligence and how it interacts with humanity and how humanity perceives those kind of things. So another very thoughtful science fiction book. I've really been enjoying her reads. They're very different from most of the science fiction out there, and they're very, very well written. So very much enjoyed A Prayer for the Crown Shy. And I did not know what crown shy was, so if you read it, you will find out. I did not realize that there were trees that are called crown shy. So, the next one that I read that I really liked is Wendys Button Box by Stephen King and Richard Chizmar. This is the first book in a 3-novella series called The Button Box. And it's about a young girl who is given a button box that basically gives her whatever she wants. So it makes her just super perfect at everything. But it also gives her the ability to create mass destruction if she should so choose. So she's the guardian of this box to keep it safe from people who would do evil with it, and she gains benefits from being the guardian of this box. And it follows her from when she's younger, a younger girl, all the way up through her high school years, and kind of shows the repercussions of her having this responsibility and what it does to her life. Really, I thought it was a really well done, really impactful little novella. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm very much looking forward to reading the next 2 books, but I have not gotten around to that yet. So if you're interested in kind of a supernatural, creepy thing, kind of like with great power becomes great responsibility kind of theme, but kind of creepier, I would definitely recommend the Button Box trilogy by Stephen King and Richard Chizmar. I enjoyed it a lot. Then the last book I have on my best books of August is The Planetary Omnibus by Warren Ellis and John Cassidy. This is the full collection of the Planetary comic series, and I should have brought it in here because I have it somewhere. The thing is like massive. I really liked it. I thought it was very, very well done. It's basically about, I'm not forgetting the character's name. It's about a very, very old man who has powers of winter and stuff like that, who gets called in to join this Planetary Omnibus, which is a secret society that tries to protect humans from, I guess, extraterrestrial or parallel reality archaeological things that are dug up. Very interesting premise. I really liked it a lot. I liked the characters a lot. I thought it was very well woven together and enjoyed it. So if you're looking for a new comic book series to read, I love getting those kind of things in a big omnibus so I can kind of sit down and read it as a giant book. And I really like that. And those were the ones that I really liked in August. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know I'm rambling a little bit. It's been a bit of a rough couple weeks. I know before the last post we were getting ready to go on vacation. We did go on vacation to Denver and then Rocky Mountain National Park and spend some time in Estes Park. We had a very good time. We did a lot of high elevation hiking, which was kind of exhausting. In Rocky Mountain National Park, we did some stuff in Denver. We went to see Meow Wolf, which is an abstract art installation that's like 3 stories big, which I'll get to more to that in a second. We did a couple escape rooms. We went to Scotts Bluff National Monument and hiked to the top of that. We did the Aerial Tram in Estes Park. So kind of a combination of, hiking and then just doing some kind of fun things in these different areas. Unfortunately, last day of our vacation, which was a couple Fridays ago, My husband got really sick, got a fever. And then the next day I also had a fever and we developed a really bad cough, and that we had COVID. So we have been vaccinated and boosted and got a breakthrough infection. Unfortunately, it hit us pretty hard. My husband had a fever for a couple days and was pretty much down and out. I had a fever for 2 or 3 days and was pretty much down and out. My son just had a bit of a sore throat and a cough for a few, like maybe 4 days. Me and my husband are still, it's like almost 2 weeks since we caught it, and we're still having some issues. So I still have a cough and my lungs are still kind of sore, and I can't work out very well. Like I get short on breath pretty easy, and I'm feeling tired a lot. So from what I've read online, it's pretty normal for 2 to 3, even 4 weeks out to have a cough, have some trouble breathing, and be very tired. My husband's doing a little bit better than I am. He has started running again, but he just can't do what he did before he got it. And he's been pretty tired off and on. So not cool. Like I didn't expect to get that sick after being vaccinated and boosted. It makes me wonder how sick I would have gotten if I hadn't been. We were planning on getting boosted again in September this month when they released the new booster. But now that we've had it, we're supposed to wait a couple months before we go get another booster. So that's that. It hasn't been fun. As I said, I got back from vacation. I'm behind at work. I ended up having to work half days the first week I was back because I was so sick. This is the second week now, and I'm still trying to get caught up, but I'm also trying to study because I'm supposed to take my patent bar test in a few weeks, and it's just been kind of a lot. And my son started school. He started 10th grade this year. So just a lot going on. As you can, I'm a little bit of a mess. My hair's kind of greasy and stuff. I did re-dye my hair when I got back, and it was supposed to be purple with like dark green underneath, and the green didn't take very well. So it's more of this like olive green, which is okay. I think I'm gonna re-dye it this weekend and just see if I can get it a little bit darker. I don't know. When you're sick and you can't barely do anything, I guess just dye your hair and paint your nails. I've been doing a lot of reading though, which is nice. Again, trying to study for a few hours a day and then trying to get a little bit of reading in. I guess not being able to work out a lot means I have a little more time to study. The issue I've been having though too is because of the issues breathing and being tired, is like I get a little dizzy and my head just feels kind of muzzy or like fuzzy. I don't know. And so I've been sleeping a lot, but hopefully that'll get better in another week or two. It's just really bad timing for me at least. And aside from that, we haven't been doing much, just trying to catch up with work now, get my son going to school, and you try to get well from this whole thing. So I recommend not getting COVID if you can. As I said, we were vaccinated and boosted, but we had this breakthrough infection, and it has not been super fun. Other than that, I will be doing a post next week on the books I got in the last few weeks here. I have quite a few of them. And I hope that you enjoyed my favorite books of August, and then all my blabbing about vacation and COVID after it. And I hope you got a lot of great books to read again. Feel free to mention if you have any books that you really love that you'd like to talk about in the comments below. And I hope you had a great month of reading, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.